Hello, my crafty friends. Thank you for joining this hop today with Courtney's Card Making Hops, a Facebook group from a Facebook group over on Facebook. Sorry about that. So anyhow, I want to share with you my friendship cards that I made. This hop is all about friendship. You'll find the next person linked down below. And so let's get into it. I want to show you my friendship cards. The first set of cards I want to show you, I made using Call Me Crafty Owl, Alicia's sheet load of cards. And this is the February sheet load. So I want to show you, but first let me tell you what I'm showing you here. For my friendship cards, I made 50 cards for a friend of mine who works at a nursing home. I made 50 cards for her to take to work with her to give out to the residents there for Valentine's Day. So those are my friendship cards. So anyhow, Alicia's sheet load this month had a large panel on the back, card panel, and then this one on the front. This one kind of got a little crooked here. I'm not the best straight card maker there is. And then behind the sentiment over here, it had a little of a twine nest. And my friend Stacy saw the sheet load of cards, and she bought, both her and I, this set of dies that had this little heart looking twine nest. So that's what I used for all of my sheet load cards. Then the other, I'll get into how I made those in just a minute. So anyhow, so I'm just going to kind of flip through these kind of quickly. I used some older Valentine paper I had, which I'll get into in just a minute, and when I share the next set of cards, kind of why I used up all of this and why I kind of wanted to make all of these Valentine cards. I've been telling my friend that I would donate some cards for the residents there, and I just haven't gotten around to it lately. So I used either a sentiment or a die cut on these. If they didn't have a sentiment on an element there, then I used a die cut. Some of this paper is a very old. So I was really glad to use it. I decided to cut my little twine hearts, my little nesty hearts, out of glitter paper, so they would be some sparkly on the cards. I love bling and sparkly. If you're a Doodlebug fan, as you can tell, some of this is Doodlebug paper, and some of it's not. So when I used Alicia's sheet load of cards, she normally has you on the sheet load, the premise is to use as little paper as possible to get as many cards as you can done. But she also gives you directions on to make one card on using just the cutting guide for all of them. So since I was just trying to use up paper, I followed that and just used a whole bunch of different papers. So mine are pretty much all different. So that is my sheet load cards. And then I have all of these other cards. Sorry for my arm there. Have all of these other cards I want to show you, and I will get into how and why I made these. Now, so I made those with as many, let me divide these into two stacks so they're not going to fall over. I made those with as many big panels as I could. These, I just had small panels. If you're new to my channel, you might want to check out some other videos. The one in particular is my 2020 goals video, and it was the goals for February and my January recap. I have become, well, I've always been this way, but I have determined that this year is going to be the year that I'm following through with everything. And so I made myself some goals and I'm sticking to them. And one of the goals was to use up some things. So for this month, I wanted to use up at least one old Valentine's paper pad. So I pulled out a partial pad. I wished I'd have remembered to take a picture. I pulled out a partial pad, and then I had a plastic bag full of scraps. Some were great big scraps, some were small scraps, whatever. So I took all the pad that I was going to use and that bag, and I was determined to use it all up. And believe me, I did. So I found a sketch. I'm a huge fan of sketches, so I found a sketch that I could use minimal pattern paper, but still use it up. So anyhow, I pulled out some doodle pops that would be applicable for Valentine cards. This is a Scripty Hugs Lawn Fawn die that I have, so I die cut a whole bunch of sentiments. If it didn't have a sentiment, I did the die cut hugs or big hugs. That I'm pretty sure might be a Simon Says stamp die, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So anyhow, so let me get into showing you the rest of the cards. Then I also had a Pebbles cardstock sticker sheet that I used for some elements. I love this little cat. Then I had some enamel dots or enamel hearts, so I pulled those out to use, and used up all kinds of card bases and different colors and doodle pops. I was very excited to be using all this up. Here's the big hugs little die. I lost my little tittle the first one I cut out, and then I thought, gosh, that thing is so tiny. So I thought, you know, you can read that it says big hugs. We're just not going to have a tittle above these eyes on these sentiments. So, and then I have these two. I love this little elephant. That was from the Pebbles stickers. And then more doodle pops. My friend's coming by here tomorrow to pick these up to take them to work. Some more big hugs, and I pulled out any doodle pops that I had that would kind of be Valentine or, you know, lift somebody's spirits, and I was just very excited doing this. So, and I just found several different sketches that I could use minimal pattern paper after I used up my big pieces on the sheet load cards. So all in all, I have 50 cards. I think I'm not showing one of them because I still need to put a sentiment. When I finished today and finished up, one was missing a sentiment, and because I worked all day on these cards, and I already had some of them done, and I worked all day on these cards, and I was just exhausted when I finished today. So I just thought, well, I'll do that one in the morning before she comes to get it. So I really like this one. I love this paper right here. Oops. We have that little kitty, that little gray kitty cat again. And, you know, some of these are not my favorite card, but, you know, I thought, you know, I took the time to make them. It's a handmade card. It's going to somebody to brighten their day, so, you know, I was just like, I'm pretty pleased with all of them. Some I like better than the others, but... So, that is all my cards. I have this stack. Oh, that stack's gonna fall over. And I have this stack. So all together, and I have one more. I'll show it to you without the sentiment. And I have one more, this one. And so those are my 50 cards. So thanks for stopping by, and thanks for taking a look. And I will have Courtney's Card Making Hops link down below also. You can head on over and join that group. We're a real fun group. And anyhow, I'll see you next time. Bye.